How do we call? He gave us a signal.
What up, Gotham Guardians and Arkham Adversaries? It's your boy Trey of the Bat Channel. We are live on a Monday from the Batcave. So kind of unusual, but there was like so much going on today. I was like, we just got to do it. Unfortunately, because of that, Super Bro Corey will not be on with us tonight. I know that's going to be a bit of a bummer for everybody. So I'm going to be handling the live chat as well. So hopefully everyone can bear with me for a bit, because normally I have the great Super Bro Corey do this for me, but he's busy tonight, but that's all right. How's everyone doing tonight? I see a lot of people in the chat. My goodness. Yeah, my boy Trevor H, Jesse Allen, Bat City Stuff. I don't know, have you been on our live chat before? It's good to have you here. We got Dad pulling the house. Formerly known as Release the Snyder Cut guy, now the Restore the Snyderverse guy. I think that works better for you, man. I dig that. Thank you for being here as always. We got Oracle. We got my boy Bat Dern. DCEU Restore the Snyderverse group is in. We had a great show with them on Saturday. It was a total blast. Like, seriously, just like a wonderful time just chatting with Jake and his brother about all things Snyderverse, Batman, and even some other geeky stuff that we just had a great time with. And it was a stream that they did over on Facebook, so definitely check out their group. I think they just passed a milestone. I keep getting the number wrong. I think it's 34,000. I think they're way past that now. So congrats to them on that. So it's such an exciting time for them, and even for our channel too, as we're like 10 away from 1,200 subscribers. So that's crazy. I'm kind of hoping that we can get to my goal is 1,500 subs before, we get to the end of the year, I guess you could say. But we have a damn good show for you guys tonight. I'm obviously a little tired from a full day of work already, so I'm drinking me some Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, his new Zoa drink. Last time I tried the lemon lime one. Let me know in the comments if anyone has tried them yet. They're actually not bad. These Zoa Warrior, Healthy Warrior energy drinks. Right now I'm doing the super berry one. It's actually not bad. Definitely better than the lemon lime one. Lemon lime one I wasn't feeling. But let's see. What do we have going on at the moment? Glad to have something to look forward to on Monday. Thank you, Batdan. We're going to have actually Batdan on our show one of these times when we're not doing a quick show. Lately, during the work week, it's so tough normally our shows are like 3 hours long, and that gets rough after a while, especially a full day's work. But I appreciate you being here, Batdan. We'll definitely have you on at some point. Batsy says, no, but I'm friends with a lot of y'all on Twitter. Very cool. Well, I'm glad you're here, bro. Like, it's good to have you. Twitter's been crazy today. The social media knockout, Facebook and Instagram weren't working. Interesting, but Twitter was, apparently. I don't know. Kind of unusual. Thank God YouTube was still working. Otherwise, I would have been going crazy at work today. Bat City says, I'm going under a different name on Twitter. My name is Slade and friends over there. Very cool. I think I know your account, but here he is, Super Bro Corey. He's at least listening in on us as he's taking care of some work today, but he says, sorry, I can't make it today. Have a damn good show. We definitely will, brother. And then Batman, well, most weekends I am free. Thought the night of DC Fandom, I got more filming for a zombie movie. Ooh, Bad Dan, you were in a zombie? Oh yeah, I saw you actually post about that, I think on Instagram. That's cool, dude. Fantastic. As you probably have heard, I love The Walking Dead. Obviously, Army of the Dead was fantastic. Dawn of the Dead. All of it's been really good. Jesse Allen says, hope those Ayer cut fandom rumors are legit. Me too, man. Me too. It'd be phenomenal. DC Restored Snipers Facebook was shut down all day. Yeah, it was not a fun day for social media, that's for sure. But you know what? I feel like when that kind of stuff happens, it's a nice change. You know, you can kind of take a breather from it all the crazy drama that goes on. And you can get to just find something else, read a book, read a comic book, you know, or something that will, you know, keep things going. But Corey says, yep, great live show. Oh, what do you know about a great live show, Corey? You're not even on. I'm just kidding. It says, on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday was super, super fun. But let's go ahead and get into our show today. DC Fandom updates. Man, a lot of crazy stuff going on. If you guys could, whereas we are approaching 1,200 subscribers, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe, and that notification bell so you are never miss one of our episodes, because we've been putting out some really great content lately. But more importantly, it really does help support us when you guys share our videos on Twitter, Facebook, if you can, to just kind of get the awareness out there of our show. And not only that, the more people in the live chat, the more crazy and fun it gets. So I think one show we had like 25 people and it was just going crazy and it was just such a blast. So share this video, get some of your friends involved with us, so that way we can have all the more fun. But we definitely appreciate your support. If you guys want to, we also have Super Chat. Oops, as I go too far. Super Chat, that goes a long way in supporting our channel. Sometimes, as you guys have known, we have used it to donate to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. We've used it to donate to Feeding America when we had the Batfleck movie team on a show. But today, the Super Chat will all go to just funding back into the channel to add some cooler lights. Right now, as I've told people, I have like 3 light bulbs, red light bulbs, to kind of make my background a little more interesting. And now I'm using a gift that my aunt gave me that makes a little Batman glow up thing to make the background a little interesting too. So Super Chat definitely goes a long way. We have a little fun video clip for you guys every time you donate to us, which I think, if I remember last time, Bat Fanatic, you had donated a Super Chat right before we went off for the show. We had like the end credits going. So this is for you, my man, to say thank you. I think it was a $5 Super Chat. So this is for you, brother. Here you go.
Are you sweet talking me?
Oh man, such a blast. But thank you so much, Bat Fanatic, for your $5 Super Chat. The last time we were on, was it Thursday or Friday? One of them. But thank you so much. Seriously, it does go a long way to help us out. Now, let's get into the first topic of today. This is some madness. I mean, you knew it was coming, right? Like this was going to happen. James Gunn is apparently working on another DC project. Not sure if it's a film or something for HBO Max. It's not the Peacemaker. It's something completely different. So my question for you guys in the chat is, what do you think this new project is? He kind of announced it over Twitter saying, yeah, I am working on something. We're not going to have anything revealed at DC Fandom because we're not ready yet. So clearly it's very early in development of what he's working on. I kind of threw out some ideas. I think maybe it could be a Gotham City Sirens, with like Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Catwoman. That seems likely. Margot Robbie has been pushing for that for a very long time. And I know James Gunn is just loves working with Margot. He keeps giving her so many great compliments. I don't know. Could it be just a Suicide Squad 2? I mean, it didn't do so hot in the box office. I mean, if you look, I think, what was it? 21, something like that, $26 million for the opening weekend. And now worldwide, it's 167 million, something there. When you and of course they try to say, well, it's the pandemic, that's what really hurt the box office there. And then you have a movie like Venom, which is, when you think about it in terms of content and the types of rating restrictions Venom had. I believe it's rated R, funny, comedy, scary, and a little bit very violent. And that made over $91 million in its opening weekend. It's the highest since 2019, just short of the Joker record, which I think Joker was $96 million. Tell me that's not a failure on the Suicide Squad. It doesn't matter if the critics were crazy about it. It didn't help. The audience didn't love it enough, or they didn't have, the general audience didn't have an interest in this film. I don't know. That's kind of interesting when the critics were just raving about it. Because even the Venom was kind of getting mixed reviews. I don't know. Could it be Gotham City Sirens? Could it be Our Man that we've heard about all this time? Walter Hamada is very hardcore about Our Man. I still don't know who the fuck Our Man is. Could it be a Bloodsport movie with Idris Elba? Or a Plastic Man? We've heard that's been in early development, but no news on that. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. CEO of Warner Brothers, Corey, I'm very disappointed. Got to take over your channel and turn it into Warner Brothers propaganda. Is that Yellow Devil? That has to be Yellow Devil. I bet it is. CEO of Warner Brothers says, hi chat, random Yellow Devil. Yep, see. Bat City Stuff says, I'm guessing Ayer cut. If the Ayer cut doesn't get announced or mentioned at all at Fandom, there will be mass hysteria in the streets, and it will bring upon the destruction of the universe. The nightmare timeline will happen. That would be, yeah. I hope. Well, who knows? I mean, I'm sure we'll definitely let them know about it on Twitter. I think there's a social media event for Restore the Snyderverse and release the Ayer cut October, actually on DC Fandom. So definitely people are going to make their voices heard. If anything, and as I've kind of said, the Suicide Squad IP is really hurting, even though the first 2016 Suicide Squad film actually did pretty well in the box office. I think it was a little over 800 million, or no, maybe it was 720 something million. It was close to 800, somewhere around in that ballpark. And obviously the critics didn't love it. I mean, it was chopped up by the studio with it using a trailer company. Of course, it wouldn't do well critics wise, but even still, they came out with Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey was a complete, utter failure, and that was before the pandemic. And then you have the Suicide Squad, which you can't really say it's a success. Sure, you could be like HBO Max. It did really well on HBO Max. That still means people weren't willing to go out to the theaters to see it, to spend the extra dollar. They thought it wasn't a quality film to have a night out on, but they thought it for Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Interesting, but he says the nightmare timeline will happen. Yeah, I hope it does. I really hope it does. Bat Dan says hashtag release the Ayer cut announcement at DC Fandom, hashtag prove Corey Hamsmith wrong. Yeah, it would be awesome. And interesting enough, right, with the Ayer cut, we're starting to hear a little more that there's some things going on, right? Mikey Sutton over at Geekosity and Sil Abdul show, he's confident. He's like, it's going to happen. The question is when are they going to announce it? We'll talk a little bit more about DC Fandom in the moment, but let's see what you guys are saying could possibly be time for a network studio. Dadpool, what is it called? The Bat Channel Studio channel? I don't know. Eric Patterson, my man. Hey there, Trey, and everyone. It's good to see you here, brother. Glad as always. Lucas Ironside. That's such a crazy cool name. Well done on your parents on that one. Keep James Gunn away from Justice League. That's a possibility too. The reason why I put a little Superman logo next to the DC projects, right, is they originally approached James Gunn on doing a Superman film, and he was like, "No, I don't want to do. I want to do something wacky." And that's partly why I think James Gunn is going to continue the wackiness, but I'm sure they're trying to offer him as much money as possible to do a Justice League. I mean, you've heard the studio. One of the executives said there will be another Justice League film within the next 10 years. He just didn't specify if it was going to be a continuation of the Snyderverse, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, or if it was going to be something completely different. That's going to be the question. Bat Dan says Polka Dot Man. No. Well, no, he died in, spoiler alert. I guess he could do a prequel. That'd be weird. He did say one of the characters is not dead. that you could see at the end they're still breathing. I had a feeling that maybe it was it the detachable kid Nathan Fillion played him. Hopefully it's not freaking Weasel. That was the waste of just stupid character. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Polka Dot Man. I don't know if they would have a man direct Gotham City Sirens. I don't think they would either. I just know Margot really wants to do it, and I don't know if they'll go back. I don't think that one director, I'm totally spacing her name, I don't think she'll be back to do another thing like directing with Warner Brothers, because she says her film was messed with on Birds of Prey. I don't see her doing it again. Corey says, Super Bro says, watch Warner Brothers really screw the fans and have James Gunn complete the Snyderverse. I can't imagine anyone signing up for that deal. That's an interesting thought, Super Bro, but I can't see that happening. DC Restore the Sniper says, what? Really? I don't know, brother. It could be. It's kind of weird. CEO of Warner Brothers, aka Yellow Devils. That's fake news, Jay. Fake news. It's definitely fake. I mean, just look at it, CNN. James Gunn is currently making a movie about the first cat CEO in Hollywood. Is that serious? No, you're screwing with me. Really? No. Yellow Devil. Batman says, but Trey, there is a pandemic. That's only spreads for DC movies. That's only spreads for DC movie. Spreads. I think I know what you're saying. I'm not sure. CEO of Warner Brothers, you can see James Gunn tweeting about it. Oh, yeah. Bat City stuff. Watch it be Scooby-Doo Apocalypse based on the post-apocalyptic DC comic of the same. Or they could do Batman and Scooby-Doo, like the comic book run they have going on right now. I actually purchased some of that because I'm actually when I was a kid, I loved Scooby-Doo. So like when James Gunn made those Scooby-Doo films, I was super happy. I was like 7 when those films came out. Like to me, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Now that I watch them, it's like nostalgic love, but I also know it's like, this is actually not a great movie. DC Restore Sniper says, I hope it's not Green Lantern Corps. Oh, the HBO Max series they're working on? That could be interesting. I could see James Gunn wanting to take that up, but who is in charge of that? Is that J.J. Abrams who's running that? Not sure. Batman says the first Suicide Squad was also somewhat of a Batman movie with all the Batman characters in it. I mean, that's right. I mean, that's just Batman, right? All of his villains are amazing, and that's why they capitalize on it. Kathy Yan, thank you with Birds of Prey, and then the detachable kit, thank you. And Weasel is also dry, but that was confirmed in capitulation with sarcasm tone. Okay. See, you learn something, everything. Dadpool says you were born and then you were 7. Yes. Yeah, that's how it goes. So interesting. It seems like no matter what, no one is exactly excited for anything James Gunn has coming up. And I can't blame you guys. I'm glad that the Suicide Squad was his film, that the studio didn't really get involved, and that he got to do what he wanted to do. To me, at that moment, there's only one person you can blame for not liking that movie then, James Gunn. And I did not. I stylistically, if you guys watched the Suicide Squad review, we talked about the directorial wise, the style that he did the film was very unusual and inconsistent throughout the film, that he didn't really go with a common theme other than those weird ass title slates of the next chapters and stuff like that sometimes were hard to read what was even put out there. So just kind of, in my opinion, just not great. So interesting that you guys aren't feeling James Gunn. I agree. He's nothing really to talk about. But let's talk about the other big news today. Ben Affleck talked about filming for the Flash movie. Man, did you guys see this interview that he had? He was promoting the new film that he's with George Clooney on. I can't remember the title of the film, but he was, of course, it's Ben Affleck, just like it was when he was, he is Batman now, but back then, most of the time, anytime he had a new film coming out or something he was a part of, the question he was always going to get asked was, tell us about the Batman, tell us about Batman, blah, 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 to the point where it's almost irritating him, right? So Ben Affleck had an interview, I believe it was with Verity, and you can actually look at the article there, yep. And it says, with his Andy Muschietti directed the Flash movie, and he is set to reprise his role as Bruce Wayne / Batman, starring Ezra Miller in The Flash. It was a really nice way to revisit that, as the prior experience had been difficult, Affleck told me Sunday at a tastemaker screening of the upcoming George Clooney directed coming-of-age drama The Tender Bar. This was really lovely, really fun. He also said, I had a great time before cracking. I probably under some gag order that I'm not even aware that I probably just violated, and now I'm going to be sued. Obviously having a little fun with the audience because, superhero films nowadays, you have to keep your mouth shut. I mean, look at Venom. I haven't seen Venom yet, so no spoilers. Don't do it. And don't do it to anyone in the chat. I'm sure there's a few people who haven't seen it yet. But it's definitely interesting that with Ben, he did obviously confirms. He said he's already finished filming with them. He said he gushed over Miller as well as being able to shoot in the UK. I love Ezra, and I had a chance to see Jason Momoa, who was over there making Aquaman and the Last Kingdom. So this guy, man, he's in a very different place than when he left. And you guys have heard me talk about that, where it was definitely the studio that pushed him out of the Batman, that he was just not having it. The fact that Jeff Johns was constantly being like, change this, tweak this, and then Ben Affleck observing what they were doing to Zack Snyder's film, he didn't want to do that to his Batman film, so that's why he backed out. And yes, there was personal problems going on in his life, drinking, issues with Jennifer, his wife, at the time, that was probably not helping in that situation, but it was clear that the studio was definitely just messing with stuff. And he constantly says, he talks about the Justice League. That experience was difficult. He didn't like it. He said in that GQ interview, when he was talking about all of his films that he's done in his career, that he always goes, you see that little choke in his throat, like, Justice League was a freaking nightmare. The Flash is a bit of a different situation. Now, granted, he's not a major part of this film. We don't really know how big his role is going to be. The only thing we know is, one, he's going to be in it. We saw that set photos that his stunt person was driving that new bat bike that looks dope in a new bat suit. Kind of cool stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now that you're kind of hearing Ben Affleck say kind of what he was during Batman versus Superman, Batman v Superman. He was like, yes. I'm like, yes, this is great. Can't wait for Justice League. We're just going to do some like really cool stuff. He was excited about the Batman, and you're kind of seeing that with him again. Do you think because he's having such a great experience with the Flash film, and he got to work with Michael Keaton, who's coming back, and obviously cast members that he's worked with in Justice League and Batman v Superman. I don't know why he keeps saying versus. I never do that. BVS. Do you think this might kind of convince him a little further, as we heard from Mikey's son, that there is development, contractual negotiations going on for make the Batfleck movie? Well, the Batfleck movie or the series on HBO Max. I don't know. It could be interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments for that. Let's see. CEO of Warner Brothers says, my lawyer will bankrupt your budget. Oh dear. For new cat. Oh my God. Lucas Ironside says, I hope he continues with the role after the Flash movie. I think he will. Andy Muschietti has said, it's important to kind of have this place where we start off, because we know obviously Ezra comes from Ben Affleck's Batman. That's his Batman. And to kind of see this takeoff into the universe where he'll see something way more than just Ben Affleck's Batman. He's going to see Keaton's Batman, possibly other Batmans. It's a good jumping off point. And we've heard that he's not going to die in the film. That was originally thought. Hopefully that's true. Mikey's son over at Geekosity has talked about that. Grace Randolph was kind of the same where she's like, yeah, Ben Affleck's going to die in the film. And then she's kind of retracted that statement and said, no, actually he might live. And it kind of just depends on, according to Mikey, the way he is explained as AT&T, decided that they didn't want to do it because they had future plans for Ben Affleck because of the demands that they saw from the community, from the social media engagement, which is wonderful. And then you also hear from Warner Brothers then is they just couldn't make it work. They couldn't do it without taking away from the story and giving a proper end to his character. So whoever you believe, you're hearing the same thing. It's just a different of how they're getting there. So I hope he continues as well, Lucas. CEO of Warner Brothers says Justice League was difficult. That's a wild low ball of a statement. It's a very I mean, Ben Affleck is what? He's almost 50. I think he turned 49. He knows the game. He knows how to keep. I mean, he's worked with Warner Brothers for a very long time. He doesn't want to hurt that relationship with them, but he's being respectful. Yeah. I mean, like you said, when he does that, he does a cough every time. Someone asks him about Justice League, and he's like, like I gotta cough up my curse words here. Batman says post-credit scene of the event. Oh, oh man, he almost freaked me out, Batman. Post-credit scene of Venom, Let There Be Carnage has Henry Cavill as Superman in it, setting up a DC v Marvel movie. Just kidding, in case it wasn't obvious. No. Batman says people don't quit jobs, they quit bosses. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. You also go on to say if we just get Ben Affleck in his Batman v Deathstroke project, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, and maybe in a Jared Leto Joker project, then I'm fine with never seeing him as Batman again. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Then yeah, I mean, yeah, as long as we get all the 1, 2, 3, 4 projects, yeah, as long as he does 4 more movies, yeah, then he can retire. I agree with that. That works. Lucas Ironside says, I don't know if it will happen, but it'd be so cool if Batfleck met Keaton's Batman somehow. That was another thing Mikey's son over at Geekosity scooped. He said that they were going to meet, and there was going to be like a tussle between them, maybe a misunderstanding of if maybe one is like a doppelganger and a bad guy. I don't know. And apparently Keaton was going to win that battle, which... all right, whatever. We both know Batfleck would actually win. I mean, for God's sakes, Keaton's what, 5'9" of a Batman, and Batfleck is 6'4". Good luck. He's a hulking Batman. But yeah, it's no matter what, the fact that Ben Affleck is going out and saying like, yeah, I'm having a wonderful time with this movie, and I'm just happy to be Batman. I'm happy to be with my guys again, my friends. It's definitely a good sign to know that he's enjoying it again, that he wants to be there, rather than, God, I hate this job. Like Batman said, people don't quit jobs, they quit bosses. Hopefully, well, obviously the experience, I'm assuming, has been better with Andy Muschietti over Josh Whedon. Ben Affleck came back to do the extra scenes for Zack Snyder's Justice League, the nightmare scenes. So clearly he has a love for the character. He always has. His issue was the studio. So hopefully this convinces him to continue the Batfleck trend and get some stories going. But I don't know. I'm just a happy supporter of whatever Ben wants to do, because I think he's a brilliant director and actor, and not only that, in my opinion, the best live action Batman we've had so far. Now let's get into the main topics of today. DC FanDome, who is confirmed to appear. We did get this little video that I hope you guys, maybe if you haven't seen it, if you haven't, no worries. I got it for you guys here. Let's check it out. This was this DC FanDome lineup trailer that they just released a couple of hours ago. So let's check it out. Come down. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, so there you guys go with just showing up a couple of the few panels that are going on here. And I mean, when you look at it, yeah, last year's DC Fandom, right? Like they had literally a thing that was going like 3 times speed, just you blowing through them because they just had so much shit going on for last year's DC Fandom. I mean, last year it was really a one day, like a long 1 day, like 8-hour event. They had a few different things, I think, the second day, and then a lot of it was like replays. But this year it's only a 4-hour event, and we know already that we're not going to get a Flash trailer, or I mean, just a few special surprises. So I think take this list with a grain of salt. Like, it obviously, I'm sure a lot of us were looking, is David Ayer on that list? But they're not gonna tell you guys, hey, David Ayer is coming, because at that moment, if they tell you David Ayer is showing up, the surprise is gone. You know exactly why David Ayer is going to be there. He's not going to be there and be like, buy the Suicide Squad DVD and please support me and hashtag release the Ayer cut. No, if David Ayer shows up, you know exactly what that means. It means they are going to do David Ayer's Suicide Squad, his director's cut. So I know some people are a little upset not seeing this, but I also saw a few names that are kind of interesting that they're going to be there. One of them to me was Patty Jenkins. Why is she going to be there? I don't even think, like, what's there that she has to promote, unless if she's finally doing the Amazon series that they had talked about for HBO Max. That could be interesting. Like, yeah, I mean, obviously in my opinion, Zack Snyder's Amazons are a lot cooler and intriguing than what Patty Jenkins did with them in 1984. But I will say, for the 1984 film, probably one of the best parts of the movie was the very beginning with that whole Amazonian game thing that they did. Like, other than that, whatever. But you got J.J. Abrams is going to be there. That's interesting. Finally, however much they signed him with that contract, that freaking ridiculous contract, and we have seen nothing from the dude other than he's working on, supposedly he's working on a Justice League Dark and a Black Superman Clark Kent movie that we've heard nothing else about other than it's in development, but no casting, no story, no possible release date, nothing of the sorts. But J.J. Abrams is supposedly going to be there to talk about something. We'll see how that is. But you also have Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, who are obviously in the Batman panel. I'm sure Matt Reeves will be there as well. Zachary Levi to talk about the new Shazam film, Jason Momoa, all these guys we were expecting, right? But the whole Justice League of America for the Black Adam film, they're going to be there. You got Leslie Grace, finally. She's going to come out and talk about Batgirl, how that's going. Hopefully they can confirm officially that J.K. Simmons has signed on to be Commissioner Gordon. That'd be awesome. Ezra is going to be there for the Flash. You're going to see John Cena with the Peacemaker, which I don't give up about. And then obviously some CW Universe, Arrowverse, Grant Gustin, Melissa Benoist, Kaylee Kuko for the Harley Quinn show, and Tyler, is it Hoechlin? I don't know. I have no idea how to pronounce. I still need to watch Superman and Lois. I've heard great things about it, but I just haven't taken the time to watch it. Even the guy who's playing Blue Beetle is going to be there, which that's going to be great. I'm actually excited for the Blue Beetle thing. That's a character that I think, in terms of diversity and what, supposedly Warner Brothers wants to do. Yeah, that's a great character to do it. Static Shock is another great character to do that with. And yet we haven't really heard much about Static Shock. I think other than Michael B. Jordan's production team is heading that up, So interesting. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, what do you think Patty Jenkins is there for? What is she going to talk about? J.J. Abrams, what is he there to talk about? Is he finally going to release some information about Justice League Dark? I don't know. Seems kind of interesting to me. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Supposedly he even did the additional photography for free. Zack Snyder Justice League. If that is true, that shows dedication. Oh, you're talking about Ben with the nightmare scene. Yeah, I've heard the same. I haven't heard anyone confirm it. If anything, I don't think we'll ever hear. But other than, I think Zach kind of said it. he said it like in a quick conversation, like, yeah, we came back, did it for free because we love you guys. It was something like that. But I mean, even the fact that he came back says a lot, especially during COVID. Lucas Ironside, I don't have faith in this current regime in Warner Brothers. I hope Discovery's due to the right thing. I'm sure David Zaslav, he keeps mentioning Batman in his IP. We kind of talked about the last show, and every time David Zaslav does an interview about like, yeah, we're getting people going, we're gonna have people here, we're gonna rock this stuff, and we're gonna bring in like 50 different people. You keep hearing like, oh, Jason Killer is looking for a new job. He's sad he's going to lose it. And then you hear Toby Emmerich, it's Netflix, please take me, please. And Netflix is like, yeah, no. I think David Zaslav, like you said, first of 100 days, it's going to be like a president. That dude's going to try to shake shit up within the first 100 days. We'll see what he does. CEO of Warner Brothers, and I believe he's getting in towards, it's either the end of Q1, quarter one, or early quarter two is when he finally takes over. But he's definitely getting plans in place already. CEO of Warner Brothers says, why do cat CEOs always get their way? We show the ladies the Snyder Cut and they, oh my God. Oh dear. Where is Gal? Yeah, another great question. Where is Gal? I mean, I know she just had another child recently, and yet she already looks great again. I know they'll be working on Cleopatra soon. And this is so funny. Like an article came out recently where they said, yes, it's, confirmed Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot are going to be back for Wonder Woman 3. And it's like, we knew that. We knew that back when Wonder Woman 1984 came out the very next day after Christmas. And they were already like, it's, we have already signed Patty to Wonder Woman 3 and Gal's coming back. It's such a huge success on HBO Max. Like it was a surprise to hear like that was news to whatever article wrote that. It's kind of silly. Batman says, I saw Patty Jenkins' name in there. Wonder Woman 3 talks. I really hope we get more of that. You didn't do the weird caps, Batman. Where's the sarcasm in that? Where is the sarcasm? I mean, this is what I think anyone who thinks Wonder Woman 1984 was a great film.
So shut up, bitch.
I know you were just kidding, Batman. I know. Igor says about the only good part of Wonder Woman 1984. Oh yeah, that very beginning. Yeah, I agree. Igor also says I'd rather get Guillermo del Toro filming his HL Dark script. Is that like Hellboy? Are you talking about Hellboy or HL? Or oh no, sorry, it was probably a typo. Justice League Dark, I'm guessing. Did he have a script for that? If he did, I'd be really curious to see it, because honestly, I liked his Hellboy films. Definitely better than the new one that we got. DC Restored Cybers, my man. CEO of Warner Brothers, Batgirl panel, nice. Meow. Jesus. What am I gonna do with you, man? That's so funny. I'm only looking forward to the Batman and Black Adam trailers. Oh yeah, I'm excited for the Batman trailers, which actually I've been wanting to ask you guys. I kind of been talking to Corey about it, but for October 16th, that Saturday, I was wondering to try something a little different with our show. Like, would you guys be interested in us doing a watch party? Obviously, I don't think we could have the footage up of what they're playing, because otherwise we're going to get striked from, Warner Brothers or something like that. But would you guys be interested in like just hanging out with us all day in the live chat, just watching and experiencing all the cool stuff together? We'll probably cut up the videos later too, after we get done with that watch party. Doing the Batman trailer reaction, the Black Adam trailer reaction. But I figured like 4 hours, we'll be with you guys the entire time, and we'll just talk about what we're seeing. If you guys are digging what's going on, do like right there reactions, right? No messing around. Let us know in the comments if you guys would dig a watch party, a DC Fandom watch party. Let's see here. Sean, how's it going? Be cool, Batfleck video game and Man of Steel video game, right? I know they don't really do like movie video games anymore. Just because people don't, I mean, look at the Batman Begins video game. That was, I mean, all things considering, when they came out with Arkham Asylum a few years later around Dark Knight, I think it was 2008. The Batman Begins game doesn't even compare, but it was fun driving the Tumbler, right? No idea what Patty is doing. Yeah, it is kind of interesting, isn't it, Eric? I'm not sure why she's, I mean, if she's there just to literally celebrate Wonder Woman, a wasted panel. Like, tell me about the Amazon show that was supposedly supposed to happen that I was actually really interested in. DC Restore the Sign says, JJ is probably there for Justice League Dark or the Black Superman announcement. Oh, that could be interesting. Like being like, hey, this is game here. Oh, you know what would really suck? This just popped in my head. Oh God, do I even want to say it to jinx it? What if JJ Abrams was there to announce that he's directing Man of Steel 2 or the next Superman film with Henry Cavill? I don't think that would be the case, but if that is, this would be me here.
Oh, damn the devil! Damn the devil to hell! Oh, shoot!
That would be awful. That would not be fun. Batdan says, a Batman movie I would love to see, a multiverse team up movie with Robert Pattinson and Ben Affleck. That could be interesting. I mean, to me at that point, if you're going to do a Batman team up movie, just make the Batman Beyond thing with Michael Keaton. Like, that's going to be the same kind of arc right there. And it's going to, that's, to me, it's so tough to kind of put those people together. I mean, it's going to be cool with Keaton and Affleck together, just because obviously Keaton is nostalgic Batman, 1989 Batman. For a lot of people, that's their Batman. Just like how Adam West is Batman for my dad. You know, that's a cool thing to see those people together. But in terms of what they bring to the table to each other, unless if they did it like that one Justice League Unlimited episode where Batman is in a different timeline where Vandal Savage is like the ruler of that earth, and the Batman's like, or no, I'm thinking of another time. That was another episode. There was that episode, but there was another episode where Batman meets Batman in the future, and they're just talking about the difference between them and how they don't agree with how that person turned out. God, I can't remember what episode that was, but yeah, if they did something like that, then that could be cool. You know, like potentially, I mean, maybe if they go hardcore, if Pattinson's Batman doesn't kill, maybe they can have that conversation with, you know, Affleck of like, well, you know, this is what I dealt with 20 years more of trauma than you have. You know, you're just beginning. I remember when I had that, you know, moral code and believed that there was good people in this world. And then, you know, kind of going, but like, then you lose this guy and then you lose that guy and you just get tired of the bullshit of the system. You know, that could be a cool interaction. So I'd be willing to listen more to that. It's a good idea, Batman. Lucas Ironside says DC needs their own Feige. That was Zack. It was Zack Snyder. When you think about it, Zack Snyder had a lot of shit planned. If they just stuck to the plan, there was going to be an Atom film before Shang-Chi. There was going to be a Cyborg film. The Flash was going to be not a Flashpoint movie until the very end. The Flashpoint movie was going to be the last of Zack Snyder's story arc. Flashpoint. A comic book accurate Flashpoint. And Zack was even allowing them the option that after Flashpoint, they could completely recast everybody and continue on without Ben Affleck as Batman. I mean, Ben Affleck's Batman was going to die apparently in Justice League 3, like Final Crisis. Idiots. Yeah, I mean, when I think about DC and their plans, I mean, clearly they have no plans. When they said multiverse, what they really meant is lazy writing. They didn't want to say, you know, work hard, because it's hard work. What Kevin Feige did, I got to give the dude credit. Even though I'm not a huge fan of all the Marvel films, I got to give him credit. One of the smart game plans and business decisions ever was to make every single film connect, so that even for the characters he didn't give a crap about, you would have to see that film to understand where they're at in the story. When they did the big team up film, you were forced to see movies you didn't want to see. Brilliant. You know, the reason why they're not connecting anything is because DC doesn't want to spend the time to figure that out. And if something doesn't connect, they can simply say multiverse, right? You don't have to talk about it. They're just
disappointed.
You know, it's so silly of those guys. They literally have no idea what they're doing. Let's see if I can catch up a little bit in the chat here. Last time I did the sarcasm caps, you were confused. I know, right? Well, see, now I'm picking up your game, brother. I'm picking it up. Just sleep. Okay, yeah. Amshri, my man, it's good to have you here. It's been a while. I don't think I've seen you on in a bit. No, DC, don't need the one who shall not be named, but they already had Zack Snyder and Warner Brothers shat themselves. Yeah, they did. What he did was a passion project for Del Toro. He loves the Justice League Dark characters. A fan for films of the characters. Oh yeah. I dig his did he do the Strain? I did like the first few seasons of that show. That was cool. The Shape of Water, you can ask my wife. After I watched that movie, I was like, what the hell did I just watch? I mean, it was a good fit. It was just weird. Sure, why not? No watch party. It's way too long. Well, that's why you can just tune in with us for a little bit, Yellow Devil, and then leave when you're ready to get dinner. You know, Dadpole. I'd rather watch reruns of Linda Carter's Wonder Woman TV series than Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman 3. Linda Carter is actually going to be at DC Fandom as well. So that's maybe they're doing a spin-off series with her. And I don't think as Wonder Woman, but the character she was in Wonder Woman 1984. I don't know. Yeah, bro, watch parties are awesome. Yeah, the DC Restored the Snyderverse loves doing those watch parties as well. I also got kind of a little bit of my inspiration and kind of made me curious to try that. Lucas Ironside, watch party would be cool. Do you think Kevin Conroy will voice Batman in the series? I hope so. Oh, you're talking about that new Bruce Timm series that they're working on? I could see that happening. I mean, why not? I mean, Kevin Conroy, right? You hear the dude. I mean, Kevin Conroy is not even Kevin Conroy anymore. You hear the dude talking, is like, that's Batman. Yeah, absolutely. I'd be game for that. Antri says the one who gave a flop for DC this year is making 2 projects his own, but Zack Snyder can't make anything. And people be like, we should support Hamadaverse, please. Yeah. We just talked about that. I'm sure. Yeah, it makes no sense that James Gunn. I mean, you knew what was going to happen when they signed James Gunn to do the Suicide Squad. The fact that with every director before that, David Ayer, Patty Jenkins, you could say Zach, like with any of them, the Kathy Yan that Batan said, when they went on to sign them, they got involved in their films. They messed with them. James Gunn gets in. Oh my God, guys, we got a Marvel guy. We're going to keep him because Marvel screwed up. They embarrassed him, even though it seems more like it was just an act because they brought him back pretty quick, to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But whatever you want, James, go ahead, kill off whoever you want to, even though they're fan-loved characters that people love to see them continue in the Suicide Squad. Kill off whoever you want. Stupid. Yeah. It's stupid, but you knew it was going to happen when they signed James Gunn. Like I said, there was someone who created a YouTube show that said when Zack Snyder became too powerful as a director because of the whole Snyder Cut movement, right? And I was thinking, that's Zack Snyder's too powerful. Like that's not true. Like really, when James Gunn became too powerful, that he got to do whatever he wanted in the Suicide Squad film. And like I said, I was happy that he got to do whatever he wanted because that's what I want every director to have with their vision. But like I said, this is a moment where you get to blame if you didn't like the movie. And it seems like the majority of the people did not like the film. Forget Rotten Tomatoes. I never listen to, other than I like to talk about Rotten Tomatoes when they come up with a crazy ass score. I mean, you really are going to tell me the Suicide Squad was a better film than Zack Snyder's Justice League? Or hell, I'll even take better than more, majority of the Marvel films. I don't think so. Let's see. Jonathan Henderson, hey man, how's it going? Glad to have you here. I think they're trying to get ahead of MJ's Val Zod, and that's a lose-lose situation. Oh, with the JJ Abrams, great point there, Jonathan. Really great point. If that is the case, they need to just drop that Black Clark Kent project, because the moment Michael B. Jordan signed on with HBO Max to do Val Zod, and there was more hype going towards that, you have to ask yourself, what's the point in continuing that Black Clark Kent? No one wanted that. No, if anything, you're just trying to throw something in the audience's face. You're trying to be controversial, when really you can tell the story that you want to and show diversity in something that's comic book accurate with Val Zod and Michael B. Jordan. If there was someone who could have played Black Clark Kent, Michael B. Jordan was the guy you wanted anyways, but this guy even said, nope, I'm doing Val Zod. And now you're going to have two black Supermen go up against each other for success? That makes zero sense. Zero sense. I agree with you. It's a lose-lose situation if they do announce their Black Clark Kent Superman theme. Lucas Ironside, I want to know more about the Val Zod project. Me too, but I think it's going to be kept under wraps for quite some time. I'm sure he says, I would rather watch Del Toro's Justice League Dark than JJ's gender and race swapped bullshit. Oh, yeah. Wasn't there something that John Constantine was going to be a girl? I did hear something about that. I hope that's not true. If anything, they should pick that one guy from the CW universe. He actually looks like a great John Constantine, or bring back Keanu. That'd be crazy. I mean, Keanu's a huge rockin' star right now, from John Wick to The Matrix. Bring back Keanu. You're thinking of Kronos for the Batman meets Batman Beyond. Yes. Yep. Thank you. And Jon Stewart had a son. Yes. Batman, you and I, we're on wavelengths, my man. CEO of Warner Brothers says Trey is speaking truth tonight, but what do I know? I'm just a cat CEO at the worst possible company for DC. Oh man, see, when I speak truth, I put on my shades. Because that is the truth. It is. Deal with it. Warner Brothers sucks. They know it. They're gonna suck it up at DC Fandom, probably. Yeah. Of course, they're not prescription though. Thug Life glasses are never prescription. Oh man. Dadpool says, come to think of it, I'd rather see Adam West rise from the dead and do a zombie Batman than anything Warner Brothers could come up with. Dad, that is a comic book story. I'm sure they could do something like that for you. Wonder Woman 3 should introduce Nubia if Gal wants to bow out, but I know they would never. I'm not sure they would never, because they have been kind of messing with that a little bit. And not only that, Gal, it doesn't sound like Gal and Patty are really happy. We've kind of heard they've started development on it, but Patty's talked a lot of mad shit about Warner Brothers lately. I don't know. It could happen. Never say never when it comes to Warner Brothers. Just say no to Hamada burgers. No one wants a shit burger. I have a prediction for DC Fandom. Patty Jenkins will be announcing the Jenkins cut of Wonder Woman 2017 with the original third act restored. Doubtful. The only DC movie I would ever want James Gunn to make is Lobo. Oh. Huh. He would actually, if anything, that would be a good project maybe for him. I mean, that's kind of his style. Space, rated R, violent, silly, stupid, obnoxious comedy. You might be onto something there. I didn't think about that. Lobo, and they've wanted to do Lobo for a while. They teased, they did a little bit in that Krypton show. That could be interesting, but who would you pick for Lobo? I mean, Jason Momoa honestly would have been perfect for that, but I mean, he's a great Aquaman too. Rotten Tomatoes is bought out. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, all things considering, right, guys, it's with all the panel that DC Fandom has, the fact, one, we still don't have really a schedule yet. We know who's going to be there. And I'm sure, like I said, I think there are going to be surprises. I think Ben Affleck will be there. I still think Michael Keaton is going to show up to talk about the Flash film. Or if anything, we'll see that behind the scenes thing that got leaked where Andy Muschietti says some Kryptonian and 2 idiots. Oh dear. It's certainly possible, but I think there's going to be a few more announcements that we haven't heard about yet. Hopefully some of those are the ones we're thinking of, guys, like the Ayer cut. I really do hope. Corey has constantly said to me, Super Bro Corey, that he doesn't believe Warner Brothers will do it. He doesn't think they will release the Ayer cut at DC Fandom because it's a bunch of idiots. He thinks Discovery is going to be the ones to come in. And he may very well be right about that. I originally said, yeah, dude, it's going to happen at DC Fandom because there's no better time to announce the Ayer cut, right? I heard someone say something like, I think it was a prediction. I don't think it was a scoop, but just in case if it was a scoop, I can't remember the person who said this. Maybe it was Mikey Sutton. I don't know. That at the end of DC Fandom, the screen was going to turn black, and then you were going to hear like Jared Leto laugh as Joker. And then that's when they were going to do their announcement for the Ayer cut. That could be dope. Like I said, there's no better time to release the Ayer cut than at DC Fandom. You need something to drive up the hype because right now they only have 2 things that people are excited for. The Batman, which is a given. Last time people were excited for Batman and Robin until they saw it and saw bat nipples. Oh God. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to bat nipples again. To me, there's just no better time. It's going to be cheaper than Zack Snyder's Justice League. HBO Max needs content, and we know for a fact that HBO Max doesn't have to listen to what Warner Brothers is doing. I think really they just have to get a green light from DC Films and their IP content, Hamada, which is weird when you think about it. You want to talk about someone who has no idea what the hell they're doing? Hamada allows J.J. Abrams, they spend millions of dollars to get J.J. Abrams, who just came back from failing Star Wars. I won't put all the blame on him for that. He was the better of the new trilogy, but still not great. No plan there. And then you got J.J. Abrams, who supposedly says he's working on a Black Superman film with a Clark Kent. And then Hamada goes in and approves HBO Max to do a Val Zod Superman. He probably thought Val Zod was someone who looked more like, oh God, I'm totally spacing the actor's name. I can't believe I'm doing that. The guy who did play Zod in Man of Steel. Oh man, I'm so mad at myself. I can't believe I forgot his name. Someone let me know in the comments. That hurts my soul because I would know that. So yeah, I don't know. Definitely interesting. But they, release the Ayer cut and David Ayer's Suicide Squad team and Restore the Cyberverse. They're doing their social media event all day, October 16th. They're gonna try to. Let me put it this way: if somehow #release the Ayer cut blows out the Batman or Black Adam or just even DC Fandom, #DC Fandom out of the water for trending that day on social media, Warner Brothers is in so much trouble. They really are. So go apeshit. Some people think it's rude, it's toxic. I don't think it's toxic. That's social media engagement. As long as you're nice about it, and not bullying anybody, go ahead and tell the studio what you want. If you see the trailer to Peacemaker and I'm not really feeling it, but I would be really interested if you had David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Go ahead and say that. You're the consumer. Ask them. Tell them the content you want. Right now they're not listening, but it'd be pretty damn funny if it outtrends all of what DC Fandom has to offer. And then the next weekend, Sunday, October 24th, the #Make the Batfleck movie team has a goal of 200,000 tweets for their day. Man, I really do hope we get 200,000 tweets. I'm going to push for 300,000. I want 300 because that's what we do, Spartans. Yeah, hopefully we can do a show with the Batfleck team soon. They have a GoFundMe account going on right now for a marketing billboard truck that they did for Restore the Snyderverse. They're doing one for the Make the Batfleck movie. You can check that out on their Twitter. I believe it's at Batfleck Movie if you want to help support them. They're really close. I think they're like $400 away from their goal on that. I still need to do that once, probably when I get my next paycheck, because it's never hurts to help out a little bit. So definitely support them when you guys can. But I don't know, guys. It's definitely interesting. I mean, you tell me. At DC Fandom, do you think we're gonna get some surprise announcements? Maybe of David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Part of me wants the Batfleck one is what. Well, obviously, I want the Batfleck one, but what I mean is like I don't know if that's gonna get announced there, because I think it's early in development. I think they're still in contract negotiations, and not only that, you have to remember the regime hasn't really changed over there since Ben Affleck worked with them on Justice League. It hasn't changed a ton. In fact, maybe you could say it's gotten a little worse, because you got Hamada still there, who's a dick. I mean, Jeff Johns would probably be out of the picture and wouldn't tell Ben what to do anymore, but he still has a bunch of idiots that they listen to the virtual effects team that worked on Zack Snyder's Justice League. They didn't understand the concept of the Speed Force when Zack showed the scene at the end. They're like, what is that? It's like, what? What are we doing? Like, you guys are a bunch of idiots. I don't know. You guys tell me, what do you think some of those surprise announcements are going to be? Do you think it's going to be hashtag release the Ayer cut? They're going to be released? It's going to be hashtag Ayer cut released? John Hamm as Lobo? I don't know. Could he get bulky enough for that? Probably could pull off the Fu Manchu. Momoa also would have been great as Calabac or Vandal Savage. Yeah, he would have been a great Vandal Savage too. Yeah. Batista could play Lobo. Yeah, I heard him say that people asked him about Lobo, I believe, but he was like, no, I want Bane, which, yeah, make him Bane. He'd be a perfect Bane. Batdan says, Igor, haven't seen enough of her Amazons to say that. Yeah, it's tough to say with that when it comes to her Amazons, but definitely I felt like when we did see the Amazons, they were great in the first Wonder Woman film, but like you also remember Zack wrote that, and then you saw kind of the same Amazons in Zack Snyder's Justice League. We have no fear. That was such a badass scene. But I hear what you're saying, Batdan. Yeah. Batdan also says, though, if we had a full movie of Patty Jenkins Amazons, I would probably say Zack's would be better. I agree. Yeah. Well, of course I agree. You just heard it. Igor says, Warner Brothers won't do it. That would be admitting they screwed up. Again, Discovery will do it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. But then again, to me, it's kind of like they know Discovery's getting in. It's kind of the inevitable clock, ticking down. The clock is ticking until their jobs end. Toby Emmerich is looking for a job. He put out an article that says, hey, please hire me. Jason Killar has now come out with an article that says, please, for the love of God, hire me. The only one who's kind of safe at this moment is Walter Hamada, because he signed a deal. But then again, David Zaslav can get in and be like, you suck, you're fired. You messed up an investigation that needed to be taken seriously with Ray Fisher. You're fired. Or if anything, David Zaslav will make Walter Hamada follow David Zaslav's lead by saying, apologize to Ray Fisher now. Make it public, because there's no way. I've heard some people say, well, Ray came out with this tweet and said he still needs to apologize to other people. I think Ray's just a humble guy, and that didn't mean like that Hamada has already apologized to him, because Ray would have told us that. Ray has been honest and blunt throughout the entire process about what's been going on and time receipts and shit like that. I'm fully convinced that Hamada has not apologized to him yet, because when that does happen, it will be a public, it will be put through a public statement that on behalf of Warner Brothers and DC Films, I, Walter Hamada, apologize to Ray Fisher. Please come work for us again. And I think David Zaslav will be the one to push that. CEO of Warner Brothers, I announced this casting exclusive on the Bat channel to get better feedback from Corey and Trey. My left paw just signed Megan Fox as a gender swap low. No, no. Yellow Devil, I just have to do this now.
It means I'll go fuck yourself.
No. No. And did I say no already? No. That time, which movie is worse, Justice League or Batman or Justice League? Because in my opinion, they nailed exactly what they were going for with Batman and Robin. They were trying to be an Adam West, the Batman series turned into a movie. And you could say nostalgic. As a kid, that was my first movie of Batman that I believe I saw in theaters, because that was 97, 98, one of those. So you could say that's nostalgic. Sure, I'll believe that. But Justice League was a Frankenstein of a monster of trying to blend Zack Snyder with what the studio wanted from Josh Whedon. So yeah, no. Sorry, just missed yours, Jonathan. If Ayer paid tribute to the Snyder Cut by mimicking the Jared Leto entrance to announce the Ayer Cut epic, that could be cool. That's interesting. Deadpool. Even better yet, you and your Bat Channel fans should collaborate on a self-produced superhero series. The evil enemy could be betrayed by the Warner Bros. DC execs. And that's when the lawsuit comes in. Igor says, hashtag release the Ayer Cut and hashtag restore to Snyderverse or bust. I like that. Don't forget to make the Batfleck movie, rehire Ray Fisher, make the Martian Manhunter movie. I think there's a theme for that, a Twitter team, and then hashtag make the Man of Tomorrow. Yeah, just do it all. Why not, right? If it's a multiverse, just do it. What did Andy Muschietti said recently that, the Flash film is going to be the union of the multiverse, that everything exists. Prior, incarnations of the characters all exist. So that means the Snyderverse exists, right? But the question is, are they going to say that in the Flash movie? Or are they going to ignore the Snyderverse exists? Because in my opinion, if they ignore the Snyderverse in the Flash movie, then it's not a multiverse. It's only what Warner Brothers wants, Hopefully the Ayer Cut is as good as the Snyder Cut. Different movies. I know I'm just saying like the Snyder Cut. I hope Ayer Cut is a huge improvement. I'm sure it will be, just simply because there was a lot of things that Jeff Johns added. Like he added things that weren't even timeline wise correct. Like Harley Quinn apparently saw the death of Robin. She was there. She witnessed it. She was a culprit to that. So, simple things of continuity are going to be better. To me, here's what it's exactly going to be. If you liked the Assault on Arkham film that they did with Kevin Conroy, kind of part of the Arkham verse, the Arkham games, it's going to be closer to that. So if you liked that, that's going to be kind of the film you're going to get. So in my opinion, oh yeah, sign me up. And Joker is in it more rather than cut up, Diablo is still live at the end there, and Harley Quinn and Deadshot have a relationship just like that movie, the animated movie. It's going to be better. But great to have you, Larry Holmes. I don't know if you've ever been. I've seen you in our chat before either. Thank you for being here, sir. I appreciate it. Bat City stuff. What time does DC Fandom start for Central Time? My man, you were asking me something that I don't even know. I think it was like 10:30 a.m. Eastern, was it? Let me see. DC Fandom 2021. See, this would be the nice part if I had Corey. He could look it up while I'm talking with you guys. Now I'm being unprofessional. Let's see. DCFandom.com. Oh, verify my age? Seriously? 05. Oh, 1 second. Like the Flash movie. Well, that doesn't tell me a time. It just tells me what how far away. 11 days, 14 hours, and 59 minutes and 20 seconds from now. Sorry, Bad City stuff. I'll try to find for you. If you want, follow me on Twitter, and I will reach out to you and let you know when I get more of a confirmed answer for that. I want to say it was like 10:30 something though. Passionate paying customers are not toxic. No, they're not. You're absolutely right on that. Like, it's not toxic to say what you want in terms of content. It's toxic when you are bullying someone or being like a dick about it, like rude, but in terms of being like hashtag restore the Snyder, if you're just saying hashtag restore the Snyderverse, I mean, sure, you could say there's a time and place, like maybe you shouldn't do it like when someone's trying to like promote something that's not a part of that at all, or is talking about a sensitive subject. Maybe it's not the best time to do hashtag restore the Snyderverse, like at a funeral or something. Like I really miss them, they were just the greatest, and then hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Like maybe not the best moment to do that, right? But I mean, yeah, no, I hear exactly what you're saying, Igor. Nicotina, what's up, brother? How was it? You had a show earlier today. I need to watch it. It was right when I was setting up this show too that I saw. I think you and I kind of did similar topics today. Hope it went well. They had a good stream, my man. CEO of Warner Brothers, 8 a.m. Central Time. 8 a.m. Central Time. So yeah. So that's actually 7 a.m. So that would make it, so 10, maybe they did it Pacific time. Is what I was thinking of. 10 a.m. Let's see. Dadpool said, independent creators arise like the phoenix from the ashes, the Warner Brothers self-destruction. I love it. Matt then says, I still think we could get the Ayer cut. We just need Papa AT&T. And Micah says to step in. Papa AT&T. It's like, what's that dude? Is it Papa Buff from WWE days? Papa Pop. No, maybe it's Papa Pop, where he kisses big giant arm muscle that was ridiculous. Steroids. That City Stuff says David Ayer Suicide Squad has to be released, has to be announced. It has to. I mean, like for real, like holy hole in the big gape in my heart. If it's not like, oh my freaking gosh, it has to. Fair enough. Let's see. Oh, whoops. My thing just went scroll down. Hey, Nikki and Nicotina. What up, Batman? Okay, Batman says, Nicotina show next week. I will remember. I keep forgetting. I just get done with work. I just set up Alexa to remind me next week. I didn't know you could have Alexa remind you, or is that your lady? Alexa, I guess Alexa could be your lady too at Amazon. Because Sarah keeps telling me I need to be nicer to our Amazon Alexa, because when she doesn't get things right, I often curse her out and be like, she's Skynet, whatever. I'll be back. Batman, he is awesome. I love Batman. Remember to catch 4 Nerds. I need to tune in to 4 Nerds. It's been forever. Larry Holmes says, I am new, but I like your opinions and ideas, so I hit the subscribe button. Keep it up, brother. Thank you, sir. That really does mean a lot. I really do appreciate, like, anytime someone wants to show you guys support, and it means the world to me. And I honestly can't believe we're here where we are now. It's kind of surreal. Sometimes I don't believe it, but thank you so much for your support. And I look forward to like hearing your feedback and thoughts on future shows, my man. It's always great. Igor says the dating game theme. Yeah, I was doing it from I think it was also the Joker, like when he grabs the camera, Joaquin Phoenix is like, and that's the show, and that's that. Bum, 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 bum. Murray has been killed. The match game. Alexa, the Amazon device I've been seeing for 27.5 years. Nothing wrong with that. You got to find that perfect one. I got lucky with Wonder Wife. I'm still no. Here's a little story time with Trey. You guys ready? A little story time. And because I consider it a badass moment, I'm just going to do it. All right. Here we go. Story time with Trey. Wonder Wife and I first met in middle school, just like my parents did, ironically. Oh, maybe I shouldn't tell this story. Would Sarah be mad at this? No, never mind. Well, never mind, as in I'm going to tell you guys anyways. You guys will understand, okay? I think it was 7th grade or 8th grade. I think it was 8th grade, technically. And I was talking to a friend by the band room because I was a band kid. Well, I was kind of an athlete in middle school. And hated it, and then decided to go to band route. But she walked past me she was on the volleyball team, and she was wearing her volleyball shorts. Hopefully her parents don't watch this show. They don't watch my show. I'll be fine. She passed me in her volleyball shorts, and I was intrigued. I said, one day that will be mine. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it will be mine. And then we went to high school together, but I was too afraid to ask her out. So I dated some other crazy person that shall not be named. And but we flirted a lot. I was respectful. She flirted with me technically, but anyways, to get back on track here, she ended up moving from good old Colorado senior year to Thailand. So I decided to go the mail ordered bride route, where after I broke up with the other lady, I was just like, I really like this chick. I'm just gonna hit on her nonstop from 8,000 miles. And I think our conversation, she avoided talking to me on Facebook for the longest time because she was upset from moving. And finally I just said, I'm Batman. And simply that, from one message, she decided to respond to me and be like, that's cute. And that's my thug life story. Now we're married after a year later. Thank God. It worked, guys. Don't ask how it worked. Maybe I had a great Batman voice. Maybe she was like, maybe she believed I was Batman. Little did she know I would have a YouTube channel called The Bat Channel. Joke's on her. So thank you for story time with Trey. That was a great moment. Bat City Stuff says Facebook down today, and the only reason why I use Facebook anymore is because I matched with someone on Facebook dating, and me and her started talking on Messenger for about a week now. Congratulations, my man. Nothing wrong with it. I used to think like dating someone through the internet was weird, but then I think about it and I was like, I technically did that with Sarah. Even though we knew each other before that, we just didn't really talk. You do you, man. Good luck to you on that. Special adventures all the time. Oh, I think I just heard her come home from school too. We're watching all the James Bond movies to get ready for No Time to Die, which apparently is killing it in the box office as well. Another reason why the Suicide Squad just didn't do well. Dadpool says, super. Dad, you'll know what that means. Eric Patterson. Oh my God, the shades. Thank you. Thank you. My wife got them for me. See, she's wonderful. See, but she'll never know I said this to you guys because she doesn't watch my show normally. But then you were a young teen with hormones, perfectly normal. Yeah, guilty. I couldn't pass it. Alexa reminded me to unsubscribe from this channel. I gotta do everyone by the voice since my paws cannot use a phone. Oh, that makes sense. Oh. Bad Den says, love it. Dadpool says, nice stalker story. Hey, because of her, I eventually left the house, didn't I? You should be happy. Should be happy that this guy is really good at stalking. We love Wonder Wife too. I do. She is the best. The fact that she did that really cool Batman Day show with me, and she's just like, she's a nerd too. She reads Wonder Woman comics on a regular basis as I read Batman comics. And she enjoys like watching all the superhero films. Like she's a geek too. But the fact that she's like willing to join me for a few of these episodes with trailer reactions and stuff like that, she's just awesome. See, now I'm like sucking up to be nice. But it says I have unmatched girls on dating websites for not liking Batman v Superman. Of course. I honestly don't think Sarah and I would work if she wasn't like Batfleck is the best Batman. If she was like, nah, George Clooney, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. That's actually one of the reasons why I left my last girlfriend. She laughed at me when I took her to go see Dark Knight Rises. I started crying at the end. She was like, it's just a character. I was like, get out. That's not why I broke up with her, but that did happen. That is a true story that she did laugh at me when I cried. She glad she didn't see me for Batman v Superman. I was with Sarah on that one, maybe more than you. Oh, that hurts, Dad. Is that what you think, Dad? You like Sarah more than me? Is that what you think? Well, Dad,
is that what you think? That's exactly
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm just kidding. I care about your advice, Dad. Okay, great point. The empty nest is wonderful. Thank you. You're welcome. Bat City Stuff says, I don't know how to hold a conversation that well, and I sent her my phone number, and I told her that she doesn't have to give me hers until she feels comfortable, and then, like, she can trust me. Oh, nice, dude. I feel like we're gonna start making this into a talk show, like a Every Day with Trey. Good luck on that, man. Yeah, just be yourself. That's what I always say. I took a chance with Wonder Wife Sarah. I dated a few other people in the between before I wised up and decided to message her from 8,000 miles away, and here we are today. Crazy. But good luck to you on that, man. It'll be good. I made the wrong decision, but I hope I didn't. Sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith, you know, like what Christian Bale does, you know, when he walks up, climbs, makes the climb, dishi dishi basala basala, you know, you will rise, my friend, you will rise. But good luck to you on that Bat City stuff. You'll be all right, my man. You'll be all right. Well, anyways, guys, as we come to the end, remember to smash that like, share, and subscribe, and that notification bell so you never miss an episode, so you can join us again for another live show, because this was freaking fun. You guys are a lively group tonight, and I love it. I love having all these people up on there. Let your friends know about us, so that way, as I say, the more people in the chat, the better. I think, how crazy will it be one day when we have like 100 people in our live chat? It will just be insane. At that time, we'll have to like pick and choose everyone's comments, you know. But it's nice to being able to connect with you guys and have some story time with Trey, because hey, that's what it's all about. Connecting with people and restoring the Snyderverse and geeking out about Batman stuff or other entertainment things like Jurassic Park or Godzilla or The Witcher, and hell, even Bond or Star Wars, because that's the fun of it. Oh man, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. And normally I just realized, like, now I'm gonna have to say the full line. Corey, I don't know if I can do this without you. I don't know if I can. I'll try. Don't forget to tune in weekly. Same bat time. Same bat channel. See you later, guys. It's been good.
Question. How do we call?
He gave us a signal.